And now your starting lineup for your Rock Springs Tigers. Junior number 0, Hudson Conrad. Junior number 6, Jeff Hyatt. Junior number 7, Josh Sosa. Senior number 9, Brandon Hernandez. Senior number 10, Jim Bitty. Sophomore number 12, William Hamilton. Junior number 14, Dante Moreno. Junior number 16, Aiden Hernandez. Junior number 17, Carson Curtis. Senior number 21, Mario Mendoza. And finally, sophomore number 22, Junior Benitez. Enjoy the game. All right, here we go.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. The Rock Springs Tigers invite the NC Mustangs into the Grand Old Stadium this afternoon. They'll face off in a 4A West matchup here from Tiger Stadium, and the Tigers come in at 2-2 in the conference, while NC comes in at 1-3 in the conference. Natrona down in the 6th slot, while Rock Springs tied with Green River in the 34th spot with identical records at 2-2. Kelly Walsh and Green River facing off this afternoon. Kelly Walsh will be over in Tiger Arena tomorrow at high noon. So we're set to go here as the Tigers will bring out defensively. They'll have Mario Mendoza on this near side go to Carson Curtis, and then they'll have William Hamilton, and on that far side they'll have Aiden Hernandez. In the mid they'll have Josh Sosa right in the mid, Jim Vaitai on the far side. They'll go with Junior Benitez, Brandon Hernandez up front to start. They'll have Daniel Moreno in another mid, and then Jeff Hyatt up on the right wing up on that far side. And then in the keeper spot, they'll have Hudson Conrad. Hyatt will work with it through the mid, work it off to Moreno. Moreno will back it away, send it to this near side to Mendoza. Mendoza will work it off to Benitez, trying to work it through the Barrett there to knock it away for the Mustangs. And then Crum tries to work with it, and throwing it in will be Salazar. And they'll work it back to Crum to throw it in, and dumps it into Salazar, back to Crum. Young team for the Mustangs. They have only got 2 seniors on the squad, in Carlos Soto and Scott Mowry. As Crum will launch it up ahead. They'll skip away. Sosa works it through the double team, and then we'll leave it off for right side. He'll work it off to Hyatt and skip it back to Hamilton. Hamilton on that far side to Hernandez. Work it back to Hyatt on that far side on the wing. Stops it just before it goes out, and that'll be tapped away by NC. NC will flip it up ahead as Mowry tries to work it up through. That's tapped back by the Tigers, and Mowry will get it back in. It's off the foot of Soto, and they need Hamilton to run after it. Hamilton will gather it in for the throw-in. Work it to Hernandez along that far side. We're 2 minutes into this one. It's Vaitai, and then off to Hyatt. Hyatt will send it clear across to Mendoza on this near side of the field. Mendoza tries to dump it to Sosa, and everything went awry there. They'll work it all the way back to Curtis, then Mendoza. Mendoza to Sosa. Work it off to Benitez. We'll work it to Sosa. Sosa coming up this near side. He'll wait for Benitez. Dump it off to him. Coming up the alleyway. He'll look to center. Does. That's behind everybody. Vaitai will gather it in. He'll work it outside. They'll work it in. And Benitez was ready, but it comes clear back outside. Hyatt will gather it in. He knocks it away to Baitai. He puts a foot on it, but that's knocked away by MC. And that'll belong to the Tigers with a throw-in on that far side. They'll work it into Hyatt, skips it through, and there for the Mustangs is Howley. And now the Mustangs work it up into the mid. They'll work it up there with Nopens. And that's stolen away by Hernandez. So the Tigers work it to Hyatt, skips off his foot. He's battling to get it back, and he does finally. And so work it to Mendoza. Oh, that skips through. Mendoza was going to do something with that one, but it didn't work for him there. Salazar leaves it for Plum to throw in. Stone Key tries to work it back to Crum, but it skips off his foot wrong, and Mendoza will bring it in for the Tigers. Sosa will send it up ahead, coming out to try to gather it in, and it's Howley, and that is knocked back off of Crum. Oh, NC's lucky that that got out of there because Benitez was right there for the Tigers. That wind just coming, it's kind of coming from, it's moving kind of northwest to southeast right across this field. And a throw-in, trying to work it down the sideline is almost impossible as the ball just goes right out of hands. Throw in for the Tigers, they'll work it back to Sosa. Sosa skips it through, and now he's there on the backside. Oh, Hernandez does get to it, saves it from going out. He'll work it to Hyatt. Hyatt, nice footwork. He's going to look to bring it in for the Tigers, and that's skipped away, taken away. Good work by Mallory. Mallory will work it in the middle to Nopens, and Nopens will send it back outside to Salazar. Let's see on the run with it, but Curtis is going to catch up with this one. And he works it through the legs of Salazar, work it to Mendoza, and to Benitez, and then they'll work it to Moreno. Moreno, work it in the middle to Baitai, and then they'll work it off to Hamilton, and the Tigers control the action here. Curtis will look up ahead, skip it through to Benitez, and that's knocked away by Crum. So good job by Crum to come up and just stop that momentum and passing that the Tigers had. Mendoza sends it up to Sosa. He'll try to get to it, but that skips away, and Stone King will send it in the middle. There, they'll work it outside to the far side to Schutz. That'll go out of bounds, and Hamilton will have the throw in. Moreno will work it to the Tigers. Mendoza tries to send it up through. It's knocked back by NC. Get to Hernandez. Back to Mendoza. Trying to skip it through to that other side. And the Tigers work it up ahead to Hyatt. Hyatt works it into the middle. Take shot. Work it outside to Benitez. Benitez centers it. That's going to sail through. Got to settle that one a little. He's got to bring it in just a little bit lower. But Jim out on that far side. Baitai is going to center it through, or might have been a shot on him. But either way, it sails out, and that'll be a goal kick for the Mustangs coming up.
I feel like they've stopped taking shots.
Let everybody know, tomorrow we'll have the action at 10 and 12. The girls and boys facing off against Kelly Walsh from Tiger Stadium here. Have the action on KREO Radio, 307country.com, and out at the app at 307 Country. Tigers working in the mid. NC pops it away momentarily, but Hernandez will get it away, and Sosa will work it to Moreno. Moreno, nice footwork, gets it around an NC defender. Salazar, and work it back to Mendoza. Trying to give it back to him, but they work it to Sosa. Sosa works it through, fires a shot. Howley there to save that one. It's a strong shot against the wind. That's for sure. Soccer ball on this side.
Yeah, they don't have one.
No, there's one down, clear down at the other end. Young fella's holding on to it from here, right? And see, clears it back away. We'll come back to Mendoza, right in the mid. To Moreno. The wind is just, ugh. Soto kicked the ball toward the 50 and it ended up going out of bounds at the 40 toward the defending Tigers goal. As Hyatt will move it up through the NC defenders, leave it off for Sosa. That's tapped away. Sosa trying to gather it back in, but I believe it's last touch by NC. It is. And Sosa's going to bring it in for the Tigers on the throw-in. Into Hyatt. Gather it in. Send it to Moreno, or Hernandez. He was ready for it, and then his foot did not comply with what he wanted to do there, and it goes out the end line. The goal kick for the Mustangs. Mustangs send it away. Hamilton there, though, to recover it for the Tigers. Hyatt skips it through. That'll come back to Benitez. Leave it off. And a fired shot is... Oh! Tapped in, and Brandon Hernandez trying to get it in. Will not go. Good defense by NC. Oh, man. The throw in for the Tigers. They work it all the way in. Sosa, it settles. Skips away, and then NC will clear it out this near sideline. Mendoza will throw it
right
to
here.
the Tigers. Works it, tries to work it to Hernandez. Needs to take a page out of Brecken's book of spinning away from the defender and running. Hamilton will control it and work it up to Vaitai. Trying to work it off to Hyatt, but he slipped, and that'll come away to NC. Work it to Barrett. Barrett trying to find a free guy to get it to. And it'll skip out, go on to the Mustangs. Mowry will throw it in. Substitution, though, for the Mustangs.
Looks like Chungo's gonna go
Through the channel, that's knocked back, and then the Mustangs get it back, then it's knocked away. Coming away with it is Sosa from his mid-defender position, and then it's taken back by Nopens, then back by Hamilton. And see, works it in the mid now. It's Crum will work it to Barrett. Barrett is pushed a little bit
How did the
there
girls
by
do?
time. That'll be
4-2, they won. They were down
Yeah.
2-0.
Really?
Win, and
Oh,
decided
wow.
at half, 2-2.
second NC will work it up.
Awesome.
Try to skip it away. Sosa comes away with it.
Now, guys,
Salazar tries to dump it to Barrett, and it's taken away. Crum will give it away. As Benitez comes back, though, wins the challenge. He's going to send it up through to Hyatt.
come on,
The ball
Jeff.
hangs in the air, drops right to the feet of Hyatt. Hyatt has to run back. And, well, he was going to run back and gather it in, but he thought one of the other Tigers was going to come and snag it for him. But NC comes away with it, and then the Tigers.
Is Jesus in yet? No.
No.
I have it, NC will about 40 yards out with the wind at their back. That's the problem. Get it up, and then Vaitai will set it down, and then Benitez got that one in the air. It goes clear back to Hyatt on the far side. He works it to Sosa. Sosa working in the mid, stops,
sides?
goes up ahead. Burning is Hernandez. He'll battle against Gruner for it, and that'll be
They could have
off of
switched.
the Tigers.
Like there was
Gruner will
no
throw it in quick.
I know.
They should have swung it.
Alright, we'll steal it away. Steps to the top of the box, coming through and knocking that one away is Mallory. That'll skip through, go to Benitez, and he puts a left foot to it. It'll go out the end line and goal kick for the Mustangs. I get enough Mustangs in, I will not call them the Phillies, so that's why I'm trying to say Mustangs as much as possible. Every time we play them in any sport, when it's a back-to-back, I always call the boys Phillies every once in a while, so I apologize if any Casper people are listening in. Howie sends it away. Sosa will come away with, tried to skip it through to Hernandez, but Sosa was fouled, and that'll be a penalty, and Tigers will have about 30 yards out here.
Come on, Josh.
And he'll set it down, and got it too far in the air. The wind didn't knock it back, it just sent it higher. There'll be a goal kick for the Mustangs. Just keep it on the floor and try to work it up along that far side. They do work it up, send it in the middle,
Anyways.
come to Moreno, and back to Curtis. Off to Mendoza, to Moreno, and then back to Curtis. Curtis just content to try and find a seam in that Mustang defense. They send it up that far side as Montez trying to get to it. That'll skip out. Mustangs will control it. Montez checked in on the last dead ball. And also checking in is Jesus Duarte. As Curtis will watch the ball slide out the sideline, and he'll have a throw in. Let's check in. Wind is just now gusting again. The corner flags, the U.S. flag, the Wyoming State flag, just all straight away. It's got to be 30 miles an hour that way. Or more. Birds are having trouble flying. Hamilton, he sends one in the air. It stops and dies right at the 50 and falls straight down. Duarte will leave it back for Moreno. His does the same thing. And Sosa will gather it in the mid. He'll send it to Montez.
That wind is
Fly over his
ridiculous.
head. He's able to gather it in, but slaps it away. It comes away to Schutz of NC. And the balls get clear back, and Curtis will control it. Curtis will work it up to midline, off to Duarte. Duarte tries to sneak it through. That's knocked back by NC. We'll work it down that far side. Trying to work it to Nopens. And Curtis there to stop that one. It'll be a throw in for NC. They'll get it in quickly to Schutz. Montez back on defense. Hamilton will come in. We'll knock it away. Get back outside. Gruner sends it away. Stopped by NC and clear by the Tigers. Back outside to Nopens. He will fire a left footer. That comes off the backside of Curtis. Curtis is going to come in and steal it away. He's going to look up ahead to Sosa. The Tiger's going to be on the run now. Sosa in the mid tries to work it through to Hernandez. Good defense out there by Turnbull as he is able to stop it. And he comes all the way
They're
down
doing a good job
into
keeping
the
it
offensive
out,
side
though.
too.
Like as soon as it goes into the box,
He's
they're like,
I'm
nope.
not stopping.
I know.
Mendoza will bring it up this near side. Net by two defenders. Leaves it off for Benitez. Tries to dump it to Hernandez. That gets away.
They
comes
just need to break
Garrett.
through their
But
defense a little
Moreno
bit. Like, they need to
will
find, like,
Hernandez
one little
sends
crack
it up
and they'll be
through.
fine.
Benitez on the run. But
I feel like they're not
Wind's
gonna score this
catch that one and
half.
send it to the
I think the
sideline.
second half, so then they
Be a
can.
throw-in
The wind,
for the
too,
Mustangs
is not
here.
helping.
Crum will do the-
No, that's what I'm saying. Second half,
We're
they'll
working
score
on
to
two
use the
Stone
wind
King,
with them.
Trying to work it to Salazar.
Because they're pushing
stolen away
up,
by
like,
Benitez.
Yeah,
They've
imagine
had
if
a,
they
yeah, they've had a lot of
Sosa
opportunities. They
from
just have
Tigers
that.
runs it up ahead to
Like,
Benitez.
those balls are dropping a
Benitez.
lot, too.
He's going to work it in.
Like, Williams
Fire
got a
shot,
ton,
but
and then it just,
Haley's
like,
going to be there and
Yeah, if
Drop.
they have wind,
forward.
it'll help a lot. Once it's
The Mustangs. Mustangs trying to send it back across the field. That's gathered in by Benitez. So we'll work it up to Sosa. He's going to
Sosa.
work against Turnbull. And Sosa fires one in, and Howie will be there to gather it in. It's kind of a last Windland about where I
Brandon
felt
for who?
were empty
Brandon?
shots in the Greener game. Like that one's kind of a feels like an empty shot there. You got to work like you're working against the wind. You got to move it in. You got to try and get as close as you can with this wind because you can't get any steam on it. As Davies checks into the ball game for the Rock Springs Tigers, NC flips it up through the middle to Nopez. He's going to work it back throw to Salazar in the mid. And then they work it off to Stone King, then to Crum. Work it back to Salazar, and he's not going to be able to catch up with it. And that'll be a throw in for the Tigers. He goes it. Duarte heads it in the middle to Sosa. He's going to gather it in, works against Barrett, sends it up ahead to Montez. Montez settles it, but Howie there gets it away from Montez. It shuts on the far sideline, and then work it back to Barrett. Try to work it up through, but right there is Hamilton. He's going to send it up. That's headed away by Turnbull. Hamilton controls that, comes back to Moreno, skips it through to Benitez at the corner of the 18 box, steps in. He's going to center it through. That's tapped away though. Moreno though captured in. That'll come to Duarte, settles it, skips through. Montez there, but he can't control it. And that'll skip out the end line and will belong to the Mustangs on a goal kick. We're in the 21st minute here from Tiger Stadium. 0-0 on the beautiful scoreboard here. And we have the Wells scoreboard.
Job for Jeff.
Hallie sends it away. Getting
They
in.
did pretty good on that play, though. Like, they were almost there.
Set up ahead. And run with it. Curtis is going to gather that one in. We'll let it go out. And
No. Oh,
foul.
scared me, bro. Like, no way Curtis fouled him.
I was gonna say, not so close, too.
Nobody's trying to get around Curtis. Just referee got a foul there. Ooh, that kick comes right through the middle. Nopen's almost able to gather that one in. Benitez tries to get it up the field, but it skips out of bounds. Stone King will throw it in. He'll work it into Barrett. Barrett gets it stolen away. Benitez gonna work it up through. Gets enough wind. Montez or Hyatt on the run, skips it through. Springs Tigers. Jeff Hyatt burns one through, and the Tigers go up 1-0.
Who persisted? That was Dante, right?
22nd minute as Jeff Hyatt. You better check the back of the net on that one. Even into the wind, Jeff was able to get that over the outstretched arms of Zach Howie.
Finally.
And
No, that was
Hyatt
Junior.
He put the Tigers up 1-0,
Yeah.
working against the wind. The Tigers have
That was good.
really controlled the action in this first half, in the first 22 minutes. So, as I said in the girls' game, it's going to be fun to see how much more they can press down with the wind at their backs, because NC really has not taken advantage of it as much as you would like if you're the NC coaches. Curtis able to skip the ball out of bounds, and Salazar will bring it in. Actually, they'll have Jill Reyes bring it in. Reyes dumps it to Salazar, skips off his foot, out. And Benitez bring it in for the Tigers. Still by Crum. Slides through. Reyes leaves it for Barrett. Hamilton there though, good defense. He's been around the ball quite a bit today back there, on that far side at least. As NC tries to work in the middle, we'll work it to Davies. Davies dumps it away. Gets it to Duarte. We'll work it back outside on his near side to Benitez. That'll be tapped away by Crum. And Sosa gonna throw it in.
Who's that, Connor?
Yeah. Connor for Dante.
Let's see, checking in will be Panzer for the Washington Tigers. Connor Panzer checks in, and Moreno will check out. Mendoza's going to throw the ball in for the Tigers. Tigers' back line is Hamilton, Curtis, and Mendoza. Panzer's going to take up a mid position along with Montez and Duarte. Montez lines one up, tries to center it through to Hyatt. That pops back to Hernandez. He tries to send one in. That is blocked away by NC. It'll come back outside to the mid to Hamilton. He'll work it back outside to Curtis. Curtis working against Reyes. He's going to try a little bump there. And then quickly the Tigers try to catch NC off guard. And NC, though, will gather it in. Mendoza there, though, to take it away from Salazar. And Mendoza skips it through the feet of Salazar, works it up to Benitez. That's going to skip out of bounds. And in the 24th minute, Tigers up 1-0 here from Tiger Stadium against the Natrona County Mustangs. NC will check in. The player here is Jack Schutz, checks out. Ball skips away. Sosa taps it away. It'll come away to Crum though. And that'll go out to belong to the Tigers. Mendoza will throw it in. Try to get it in quick. Works it to Panzer. Panzer that skips off.
Almost Connor.
Goes out of bounds.
So close.
25th minute of this first half. Crum on this near side for NC. Sends it in the middle. That's taken down by Hernandez. Tries to go up and head it, but Reyes is there to knock away. And then Barrett knocks away and comes right away to Sosa. Steal by Barrett. Stone King able to get it away. And then penalty call on the Tigers down. NC working left to right. They're going to the goal to my right, or the east goal here on the floor of Tiger Stadium. They're in the white uniforms, so the Tigers coming right to the left. They went to the west goal, or the left-hand goal. NC leaves it off, and Duarte will catch up to it and send it out the far sideline. Gets it in quick. Pass back and forth. You got to take that opportunity to send that through if you're Reyes and try to catch Salazar coming through down the channel. Turn ball and work it back outside. Stone King back to Reyes. He's going to fire a shot. That's knocked away by Hamilton. It'll come away to Sosa, and then coming up to steal it away is Barrett. That'll skip to the end line and be out of bounds. Should be a goal kick for the Tigers here. It is as we go to the 27th minute. Tigers work it to this near side of Mendoza. They'll work it out to Panzer. Leaves it off for Sosa. Spin it away. Feed it to Panzer. That gets away from him. Barrett will leave it back, but John Hamilton coming up, knocking it away. He'll send it up to Davies. Davies on the run with it. How are we going to get there first, though? He'll just slide it outside. And see, we'll try to skip it up ahead. Be gathered in by Curtis. Keep control of it. Nice move by Curtis as he works through the defense. Skips it away, comes away to Davies. Good defense down there by Natrona as they get it away. As Gruner was able to slap it away. We'll get back up to Panzer though, and then to Mendoza. Skip it back to Panzer, that'll end up in the middle, and NC will gather it in. Able to tap it away. Good job by him. Send it back to the sideline to Hyatt. He's going to work up along that near sideline, gets it tapped away. He'll work it back to Duarte in the middle. And Duarte leaves it off for Hernandez, puts a foot to it. I think an NC player kind of got a foot in there and made a deflection. Turns off the chest of Mendoza to Panzer. Dump it to Sosa. He's going to work it back to Benita. Middle to Duarte. He's away to Panzer. And Benitez tries to get to it. It's knocked away by Crum, but Panzer will gather it in. Mendoza gives it a fly. Dead right at Hyatt's feet in the middle of the field. They work it outside to Panzer. But Salazar comes back for NC and controls it. NC works it up. Shoot up the middle to Barrett. He's on the run. Hamilton and Barrett will gather it in. We give that ball to NC on that. Oh, they gave Hamilton a yellow card.
What?
Wow. They got there at the same time going for the ball. I don't understand how that is a yellow card.
Hold up.
A yellow?
Are you kidding?
I don't understand.
So
how
who
he
subbed in
calls
for
that
him?
yellow. I mean, just watching it, they got to the ball and they were coming in at the same time. I don't understand how that's
Who's that?
yellow on Hamilton.
Jared?
I don't understand.
Okay, that literally did not make sense. I'm gonna
What?
fight someone. Just kidding, I'm not actually gonna fight someone. Maybe I shouldn't say that.
The Tigers. Two set pieces in Green River, and they were able to get 2 goals on. Let's
Okay,
see if
you guys got this.
defensively they've
You got
done
it.
something better here. That ball is headed, but it comes out to this near side. Duarte able to
Try
get
getting it
it away.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to come back outside the Crum. He
Keep it up,
settles
keep
it,
it up.
fires it
You got it?
through. That's knocked away by Sosa, and then. Let's see, that's a push in the back by Turnbull right there, and no call. I mean, that should be a yellow card.
Are you joking?
Thank you.
Okay. I was about to say.
That should have happened in
Who
the
suffered
girls'
it?
game too,
Who
twice,
do
and
you
then
foul?
kind of Knudsen gets a cheap one.
Bruh. And I'll just put them that they got a yellow.
Referee got to get control of the game. It's starting to get a little bit chippy. Not really anything to escalate. That's for sure. Jared Swafford checks in for the Tigers as he came in for Hamilton. And then
Oh my God, there's a lot of subs.
Wilson Hamilton.
Oh,
back
a
in.
lot of
Swafford will
subs.
check out.
John,
Hyatt will go out.
Virginia.
Duarte will go out.
Connor for Jim.
Let's see. Checking in for the
Dante.
Tigers.
Dante who? Jesus?
Moses.
Yeah. I think so.
Who's 22?
Junior. That helps.
Let's see. Checking in for the Tigers is
Thank you.
John Parker.
You're welcome.
Mendoza will control it. He'll work it up to
It's hard to
Parker.
see faces
Back to
from up
Mendoza.
Yeah.
Mendoza trying to get it up through and stuck his foot a little bit. Crum. Reyes slides it through, but that's going to be taken down as Wilkins can't control it. Curtis will knock it away. And then by the time I'll get a hold of it, Parker will send it up through, trying to work it to Sosa. That spins away. Sosa trying to work as they let he and Lowry battle it out. Penalty there. Marino as he checked back in on that last substitution as well. Marino works it through the legs of Vaitai, and then they'll work it outside of Mendoza. Back up to
Caesar, can you open these?
Open them?
Sosa. Sosa. Ball up through to Moses. That's going to be skipped out down by Gruner, though, and C as we work to the 33rd minute here. The Tigers up 1-0 over NC. Goal coming in the 22nd minute by Jeff Hyatt as Brandon Hernandez will check in. Brady Davies will check out. Wind continues to howl and there is a penalty against NC, and that's going to bring a penalty kick as Sosa and Gruner collide, and they felt that Gruner tried to get an advantage on that one. Penalty on that, and there'll be a penalty kick for Sosa.
Come on.
You got this, Sosa.
Wind's coming diagonally across his face. He's shooting the goal to my west.
Oh my gosh.
As Haley will stand with his heels on the line, and Sosa puts it in the back of the net, and the Tigers go up 2-0 in the 34th minute. Josh Sosa with the PK, and the Tigers go up 2-0.
That's what's up.
To go.
Y'all are killing it.
Gruner asked the official what the penalty was about.
Are they holding the edge?
Well,
They
he
are.
pushed out more than went up for the ball. And
That's right.
that's kind of how they judge those is if you're straight up, kind of like on a rebound in basketball. It's when they go for a header or anything, it's got to be kind of straight up. You can't be leaning one way or the other, either player. Trying to gain the advantage off the other player. Salazar will work it up to Nobles. And that gets away. Vaitai will send it up through, and Hernandez trying to get to it. They'll skip away as Aiden Hernandez gets there. We'll work it up ahead. Parker on a run with it to the corner of the 18 box on his near side. They'll work it in the middle to Vaitai. Skip it off to Aiden Hernandez. He comes through with it. Leave it off for Sosa. Fires one, and that man catches the wind. The way he kicked it, he just skipped right away.
Jared?
The wrong way and went out the end line. And goal kick for NC.
Jared for Sosa.
Take this quick timeout on this goal kick. Be right back. KR Radio. Welcome back in. Crum will throw it in along this near sideline. It'll pop away as Hernandez and Barrett battle for it. Give that one to NC. 35th minute. Ball skips off the head of Vaitai. It'll come all the way back to Hudson Conrad. In the 36th minute here, 2-0. The Rochford Tigers lead. A 22nd minute goal by Jeff Hyatt and a 34th minute penalty kick by Josh Sosa. To Moreno. Moreno will send outside to Hamilton. Hamilton will look it to that far side. Up to Moses. Moses. So up to Hernandez. Swafford. Hernandez kind of in the same space. Swafford will gather the ball in though. Dumps it to Brandon. Brandon works through, trying to get to the ball. Does. At the top of the box. Fires. And it's just outside the far corner. And that'll be a goal
You did a good
kick
job working
for
through them, though.
the Mustangs.
I know.
Hamilton will send the goal kick it back into Swafford. Mustangs. Devils are running fast and furious now as Moreno works with it to Mendoza. Let's get it outside by Parker. He'll center it through by Ty. As he gets it off the foot of Parker, Ty puts it in the back of the net. And the Rock Springs Tigers will go up.
That was a good assist from John, bro.
Good John.
Ty with the goal in the 37th minute.
Heck yeah,
Couldn't have
Jim.
done it without a great pass from John Parker on the assist.
John plays that like perfectly.
And
No, that was exactly how they were treating him too. That's awesome, bro.
Good John.
With a quick lead.
And Jim, of course, but like, good placement.
Tigers needed this game to come after that Green River game. They had a ton of opportunities to score in that game, just not able to make those happen. And Tigers now have had great opportunities, and they put 3 of those in. One being a penalty kick. As the ball will slide to the end line. Hudson get back into goal. Ooh. Yeah, nothing's going to line that out. He would have had a goal there. The wind just kind of carried it away from the goal. It's kind of a thing I mentioned in the Green River game. Hudson Conrad sneaks out a little bit more than he should do, in my opinion. And I think Coach Wendland just told him, yeah, we don't need you clear out that far. And if you're going to do that, you need to control the ball, get it to somebody, and then get back into the goal. Mendoza's kick, and it's clear back around, comes into the middle of the field, but Vita is able to gather it in. Moses leaves it for Swafford. Swafford leaves it off for Vita, and then they'll work it back to Hamilton. He'll work it upfield.
Moses,
high
Azra's
in
playing?
the air and bounce.
Azra's playing?
Turn the
Yeah.
ball, gets his head on it from NC, and then Lowry will send it away. It'll come to Vaitai. Vaitai working with it, and Reyes will come away with it. Swafford trying to gather him in defensively. They work it off to Stone King, then to Barrett. Barrett works it back to Stone King along that far side. 38th minute here from Tiger Stadium. 3-0. Tigers lead on the Anvil scoreboard. Up to Milton's. Milton's working against Curtis.
Good
Curtis
job.
tap away. They'll slow the pace of NC. And then Moses and Reyes battling for it. And then he's going to come in on the Tigers. Moses kind of gave a little tug to Reyes' arm there. Come catch you every time. Reyes out of ball just will not stay still. And that'll go out. Conditions. There's no way. There's nowhere to get away from it too. I mean, even if you played at the junior high, it'd be just as bad over there as well, even with the houses in the probably make it swirl more than just a steady gust through your arms. Ball come away to Parker. Parker tried to dump it to Hernandez, just not enough touch on that one. That'll come away to the Philly Shuts. And Parker knocks it away. Hernandez will gather it in from the Tigers. And he'll work it in the middle to Vaitai. Work it back to Marino, back to Vaitai. Right in the middle, they'll work it off to Swafford. Tries to get it away to Moses. And footwork by Reyes. Hamilton will come up. Barrett doesn't find it. Vaitai will send it back through in the middle. Brandon Hernandez works with it. He's going to work it to the corner of the box, outside of Moses. But that'll win the half.
Y'all killed it that first half.
Tigers up 3-0 over NC here